Morning everyone, you got it right. I'm waiting for Buff again. This is the daily routine. We are currently 10 past 6, so he shouldn't be too far off and he'll be here. Boys look like they had a good run last night, so this is what they've accomplished. So they've done all these north-south runs, and now they're on the east-west run lines, which is good. And working it out, they've done 153 hectares out of 340, and that's on here, which I think that's 180 something hectares to go. So they will not finish this paddock tonight. The last 2 days, the chaser guys, not the chaser guys, the third guy has been knocking off by about 10 o'clock. And I'm just trying to figure out if I had to move field bins today. And I won't. So going off the ops center and having a look here, the yield has dropped a bit. We're down to 4.91 tonne a hectare, which I believe now that's gonna make it that we won't go 5 tonne to the hectare on wheat, but that's okay. It's been an amazing year no matter what. You can tell the boys obviously going slow. It's lots of process out there, but they're only doing 37.9 tonne an hour combined. Maybe that's an average. No, that must be per header. Can't be combined. That's got to be per header. Don't know why it would come. Yeah. Anyway, no, it doesn't say an average. Anyway, that can't be right. They're pulling off 80 tonne an hour easily combined, because we keep in front of the 2 trucks, and they're pulling out 80 tonne, and then Brian pulls out about 50 tonne. So it's definitely, I need to top this up with oil. Not too bad, but it's getting low. Today, at some point, the chaser bin will arrive. So that's exciting. The demo chaser that's coming, we'll talk about that once it's here. But the idea of it is to be replacing the Grain King and move that on. If I have enough money, I'd love to swap both of them out and just go to 2 brand new chasers, and just get my my harvest gear. So we always focus on headers. That's why I'm wanting to focus on chaser bins and like a mother bin, because the money's always going to swapping the headers over, or it's just the big gear: headers, sprayers, seeders. That's what's always in constant rotation, and other things get left behind, like the chaser bin. So that's why I'm flicking the chaser bin for next year. We're definitely getting rid of one. I'd love it if the accountants could work magic and I could get 2, but we'll see how this demo goes. Well, it'll be tomorrow. It'll get here this afternoon, but we won't hook it up and use it until tomorrow. So that'll be Monday, which is 36 degrees. It's going to be tomorrow's the first day of summer, and what a temperature to bring it in. Everyone's here for morning service, and Henry asked me to blow out their cabin air filters. So while he's blowing down header 1, I'm just doing header 2. I wasn't going to film, but I've got to show you again just how blocked these things get. So that there is the air filter. It is quite blocked. Yet the air conditioners will still be icy cold. We're just going to get started. Boys are going to transport to the other side of the paddock. I will show you here. So over here is what we call the rock, and that there is slow going. You can see just how many trees, rock piles. It's just small, tiny runs. It's about 50 hectares. Takes forever. So they're going to go over there and start over there, and I think our moisture is going to be fine to go into a bag or a bin. It's not going to be above that. So we're going to get started no matter what. I'll run a moisture, and then we'll know, and then yeah, we know where we're going into. I'm going to guess it's going to be like 13.9, something like that. We not only blew the cabin air filters out of the headers, but we did it out of the tractors as well. The tractors have been a bit neglected. That's the first time we've done it this season. They were even worse. And we also decided, well, while I was there, I was like, well, I might as well pull out the engine air filters, because we haven't done them yet. And they're normally, the tractors, well, we normally wait for the alarm to go off, because that's what you should do. But I was like, oh well, we're here, we're just doing nothing anyway, we might as well just blow them out. Pulled out the Utes one, and that one was just horribly caked. My thinking is that the sensor might actually be buggered on that one, and it didn't go off, because that one, yeah, Rex is going to, sorry, the Ute's going to be a whole new machine. It's going to get another 100 horsepower. The amount of, it would have, I don't know how it was working with how blocked it was. The Rex wasn't too bad. Rex was pretty bad, but wasn't too bad. Rex has got the stupid cartridge filter compared to the nice big drum filters. So yeah, I hate blowing those things out. You basically can't, but I'll have to show you guys one day what I mean by the cartridge filter over the drum filter. But everything is all breathable now. Guys will have nice cold air cons, tractors can finally breathe, and yeah, we were working it out. We've got 690 hectares to go, I think, 680 maybe. Anyway, we're working it out. I think I've already told you, it's Sunday the 30th of November for me. We're reckoning it's going to be like a lunchtime Wednesday sort of finish, which would be ideal. $14.2, so off to man a bagger you are. 14.2. Yeah. Don't sound so. He was looking forward to a day off. So the boys will go straight into the bagger, and then once we get dry, obviously we'll go into the bins. Well, I just got a text message from the truck driver. The chaser bin has just left Ravensthorpe, so I thought it was only going to get here later, like late this afternoon. That's not the case. It will be here before lunch. It's 9:30 now. I'd assume it's going to take them about 2 hours to get here. So yeah, when that gets here, we're going to take Rex out of circulation. The boys are going to be down to one chaser. We'll take that back to the shed, swap the chaser bins over, and go for it. So yeah, very excited to see the new chaser in action. So I mean, you guys have seen the thumbnail, and now that the chaser is actually getting here today and we're actually going to use it, I can talk about it. I didn't want to talk about it just because I didn't want to, have it fall through, or have it was getting a bit delayed coming down to us. So we could have actually, have finished harvest before we got to see it in action. So as you can see, and I'll show you when it gets here, it's the Unverferth 1550. So this is a 42-ton chaser bin. Ours are currently 30. The X9 fills that up. Our 30's up with 2 loads. The 42 can take 3 and a bit loads of an X9 size header. So it's it's a bit more sizable. They were wanting to get the, I think it's the 2030 to us. Look at that, 13.6. We're nearly deliverable. They were wanting to get the 2030 to us, which is their 55-ton chaser bin, I think it is, but that's just too big for us. I wanted to see something comparable as to what we are going to be, wanting to use. So yeah, that's what's coming, and I'm very excited to see it in action. It's obviously an American style chaser bin. As you'll see when it gets here, it's only left-hand discharge, which is a bit annoying. But yeah, so what we'll do is I'm going to kick Braden off the chaser bin, and I'll drive it for a few loads, and yeah, be able to give you guys my my thoughts on it, how it operates, and first impressions, everything like that. But yeah, this is hopefully going to be replacing the Grain King, so very excited to see this thing in action. Rightio, this is it, the Unverferth 1553. Now, Ozag Machinery are the guys who import this and build it in Australia, but this is an American machine made in the US of A. Looks like an absolute weapon. So this is 42-ton. First glance, the auger to me looks too small, as in too narrow. I would have expected a girthier auger, but this thing unloads at 12 ton a minute, so if it does do that, then there's no issue. So when we come to unloading, so basically we compare this to the Wildcat. It's the same sort of system. It's a choke. It's a choke instead of a hydraulic cross auger. But this you can actually run at 1,000 RPM on the PDO, whereas we cannot do that. We can barely get to 540 RPM on the Wildcat. It just vibrates too much. The gearbox just it's not good. But this, they reckon, just start your PDO up, get to 1,000 RPM, open your choke as wide as she goes, and off you go. You'll have no issues whatsoever, even in wheat. So I'm excited to see how that goes. It's a tippy spout, so just like the Wildcat, we've got our spout up and down. Now the version above this, like I was saying, I think it's the 2080, 2040, whatever it was, the 55 tonner. The auger actually goes, like the whole auger physically moves up and down, and then your spout up here has got an option to go left and right as well. Don't know that you need that, to be honest, but you know, the option's there. So this is a demo for us with the option to buy. The only thing that I would change going forward if we were to purchase this one is this one doesn't have scales on it, and that's pretty easy. They just take the tires off, put the scale units on, and change the drawbar to a scale unit, and it's done. So I am super keen to get out there and just see how this goes. I love the walking drawbar. It all looks so solidly built. It's very low to the ground, which means our center of gravity is nice and low. I do like how they've got that. You know, they've got that low, whereas on the Wildcat, this is underneath. Keeps your weight down instead of up. The choke system is a bit different to the Wildcat. So the choke system on this might be easier to show you this way. So you can see those slits along the shaft there, along the triangle at the bottom. They actually open and close in unison. So it's open at the moment. So these slits here are open. When we close the choke, they come completely closed. Now what that does is it means it's an even unload of grain going out. It's not emptying from back to front, which then means you've got constant grain on your auger instead of no grain at the back here. So I'm very excited to see how this goes. First impressions, first glance, it looks like a really good bit of kit. Just waiting for Braden to get here so we can get it out in the paddock. Now this comes with 4 cameras on it. One at the back, one on the auger. There's one up there with a light, and there is one there as well. Don't know why you need cameras in the bin, but you've got them. The biggest difference for us is that this is a left-hand discharge, as you've already noticed, and I've already told you. So they're unloading on this side, which for a driver is not natural. When you're sitting in your seat, all your stuff is on your right-hand side. The seat swivels really far to the right, and you can look out nice and easy. Whereas this one, your seat doesn't swivel that far to the left. And so that's the only issue with these chaser bins, is their left-hand discharge, which we'll get over. But yeah, come on, Braden, hurry up.
We're just doing 6K.
Roger. We're going to do the first unload, and I need to check something, because the problem with having other people on your tractors, they don't tell you when things are going wrong. There's definitely a bolt loose on this cab suspension, so something I got to fix. Anyway, first unload into the Unverferth. So let's see how we go. Now for the second unload, we're going to do another 2 unloads. This thing can fit 3.75 header boxes in, so I want to fill it nice and full. So it's going to be getting George at the end, and then I'll turn around and get Henry when he's turned around, and we'll see how we go. So you just saw that clip there, and that was from Henry filming. It makes the tractor, it makes Rex look small. I didn't think that was a possible thing, but yeah, there you go, we've made Rex look small. We're gonna go do our first unload. I'm not gonna film pulling up to the fill bin or anything like that. I'll film once I'm actually unloading, because I just want to concentrate on not smashing the auger into the bin. First time pulling it up, different spacings. Hopefully, fingers crossed it's tall enough. I'm really worried that that isn't tall enough. I folded it out before and it just didn't look big enough, but we'll find out.
Yeah, thank you.
First thing you've noticed, it's too small. I don't even know, I think that's even shorter than what the Grain King is, which is very, very upsetting, very disappointing. But, so I've never unloaded something at 1,000 RPM before. The tractor's revving at 1860, which just seems nuts. But it's taking it. I mean, this thing is unloading like super quick, unbelievably quick. I just need another 2 foot. It's on that auger. That auger is maybe another foot. Definitely another foot. It's too short. It's so annoying. So first unload, very impressed. That did it in about 3 minutes, I think, if that. Very quick. That was, yeah, super impressive. The choke, very impressive as well, because of that design that I was talking to you about. What it means is that when you shut the choke off, you can actually empty your auger and, you know, fold it back, off you go, even if there's grain still in there, which is, yeah, that's very, very good. You can't do that in the Wildcat. The Wildcat is constantly stuck open because the whole triangle bit moves up and it just never can get back down. So that's always full of grain. That you can actually physically shut off. Just disappointed about that auger length. They don't do an extra length of auger. They did, you know, I'm sure if we talk to them, let me pull up and I can point to you. We can't extend that auger that way. Puts you too far out, and then you know, you're out of your width. You also can't, so you could lower this and lower the auger further by adding more on. But you can't do that because you're way too close to the ground. The only option I can see is if they were to raise this bit here up to about here. That would give you that extra 2 foot, and then that would get us our height. Now, if we can do that, then this chase, then I can't floor the chaser bin as of yet. I've only done one load, but it's very impressive so far. Like just the unloading, driving it when full, the choke, very impressive. Just that auger. That's my only concern.
on course.
Loading into the truck was really easy. It's quite disorientating having it on your left side. I'll get into that later, but going into the truck was quite easy. Don't know why it's making that noise. What's going on there? No, that's just the tractor. But this is our 860, so this is our tallest bin, and as you can see, it's not high enough. It needs to be at least 2 foot more, because you can't fill this where the spout is. Once grain piles up, like that's it, you can't get any taller. With the Wildcat, it's up here and can reach the center, and you can get a nice full bin. So yeah, I'll have to have a chat with them and just see what see if that's an option to be able to extend it. But this unloading is just, it's a weapon unloading it. Very quick and just so smooth. I know why the auger is on the left hand side. It's an American built machine, and the guys over there, they harvest a lot of corn. They keep the augers on the headers constantly out, and because they're constantly unloading their chasers, they're always keeping the augers on the chasers constantly out. Even though it takes a minute or two, well, not even that, it takes 20 seconds to fold an auger out. I don't know. So that's why they have a left hand discharge chaser bin, or grain cart as they call it. But it's just unnatural. It is unnatural for how you drive. So yeah, as you're coming into anything, everything's on your controls here. You know, your hands up here on the steering wheel, and you're driving, you're using your hydraulics, you're looking back, and then, you know, same for when you're spraying or ripping, tilling, spreading, whatever you're doing, your controls are here. You always look to the right. You never look to the left, and the reason for that is because when you're looking to the left, you got your hand on the steering wheel here, whilst hand on the controls here, and you can't. You just cannot physically, unless you're turning around like this and using this hand here, and then you've got your controls not being used, and then your clutch. So when you're clutching going this way to pull up to a truck or something, you're trying to be close, and your clutch is, you're on the weak foot, so you're on the weak leg. When you're around like this, you've got the strong foot like that to clutch. So it's a whole mind game and a whole different mindset of getting used to a left-hand discharge. We did used to have a left-hand discharge auger before. It's not something new to us. We have had a chase bin that was left-hand discharge. It is better having it right-hand. And now this isn't even an option to go right-hand. It's just a solid left-hand because it's America, and they sell more in America than they do in Australia, so why would they change it? Yeah, so that's the whole thing with the left-hand discharge. It just takes a long time, not a long time, but it'll take the chaser driver, for me who's had a lot of experience, not a long time, but for someone like Rhiannon or Isaac and that who
keep forgetting to mention, John,
then it will take them a bit to get used to them. Rightio, Braden's jumped in and off he goes. We'll see how he goes. It's very different to what he's been used to. So different in the fact that it's a choke. You're unloading a lot quicker, so grain spills a lot faster. And we haven't got the cameras working. There's a camera on there that should just click into our camera port, but it's not working. In the toolbox there's a whole system there, a whole screen, everything there that I can use, but we don't have the time now to fiddle around and do it. Maybe come dinner I might jump up there, because we won't have the truck. We're struggling to keep going up to the truck, so we've got to keep rolling. But maybe dinner time I'll chuck this camera system up and get that rolling, so he can at least see, because when we're going into the bin up there, he can't see when that's getting full, until it's starting to block the auger, and we don't want to smoke a clutch or do anything on that. So yeah, so I'm going to go and drive alongside next to it and just see how the axles and everything are working. Just get a look at it from the outside. It's also making a bit of a squeaking noise from back here, and I think that is just the axles moving up and down. I just want to make sure it's not something sinister. But I did talk to Mitch, so he's the head guy over east, who imports these and head of Ozag Machinery. And we were talking about, is it possible for us to get that auger extended, things like that. He said that it's definitely something that he'll ask Unverferth about, because obviously need to see if they're going to, that they'll adjust it for us, and it'll help sell chaser bins to the Australian market if they can get that longer auger. So hopefully they can. He did say that they might come back and say just go for the next size up chaser bin, which is quite a lot of money. This one here is quite reasonable. The next one is very expensive, but it's got a longer auger and everything like that. Bigger auger. It's the 55 ton, which is just 55 ton I don't need. That's too much bin for us. 42's I think the perfect amount. So yeah. Okay, so impressions of the Unverferth after using it for a little bit. I was on there for a couple of hours. Now Braden's on there, as you've seen. All in all, great looking machine. I'm a big fan of the big tyres and the walking axle. I like how low it is. It means that the centre of gravity is a lot lower, fair bit safer. The guys unloading into it said, it was perfectly fine to unload into. They can see into it instead of it being, it's not too high is what I'm getting at. The amount you can load into it, you can fill that thing nice and full. 42 tonne, that's a lot of grain. So it's 3 and a bit head loads. So it's awesome to be able to fit that in. Unloading is something to get used to. I'm not used to having a PDO running at 1,000 RPM on the PDO. You've got the tractor revving quite high. It's definitely something to get used to on that side of things, but the augers are nice and silky smooth, so there's no rattling or anything like that, which is nice. The choke, I really like how that choke system is. I'll have to get in there and actually show you guys it actually operating. Well, not get in, but show you guys what I mean by the choke and its operation. It's very good, very clever, and it means you can shut it right off, empty your auger out, fold it back, off you go. Or if you're loading a truck, it means you can then restart your auger without it being full, which is very nice. The obviously the con is it's a left-hand side discharge. Not a fan of that at all, but you can get used to it. It's just a matter of sitting in the machine for a day and getting used to how to operate looking behind you. And the other con is just the length of that auger. It is too short. We need at least another 2 feet on top of that. Like I said, I've already talked to Mitch. He's going to talk to Unverferth, see what they can come back with. Hopefully they don't come back with no. It's a nice bin. It's a good price. I'd like to see ourselves going for it, but I'm not going to go for something that isn't going to work for me. I need that long auger, that reach to fill the bins nice and full. Going back to that height is not ideal. It doesn't look like it's too big a deal for us to do it ourselves, as in get an engineering company to do it, but you don't want that. You want to be able to get it done from the start, from Unverferth themselves. So hopefully they can come back with something and be like, yeah, no, we'll do that. And hopefully that means that they'll definitely sell a lot more into Australia if they do extend that, because the Australian market, our field bins are huge. Now they only load into trucks over there, but we load into field bins, mother bins, things like that. You wouldn't reach the middle of a mother bin with that auger, let me tell you. So I will put the drone up tomorrow. I didn't put it up today because it's a bit windy out there, but the other thing is there's 2 eagles flying around, and eagles absolutely love drones, so I did not want to do that again. So I will put it up tomorrow when they're out in the next paddock. We will be in there sometime tomorrow. The boys won't finish that tonight, but they get very, very close. So we've sent Boof to town, and Brian's coming back. He's going to go to town because they've just run us out of grain. And yeah, we'll just go into storage tonight. And we will look at trying to do some bagging tomorrow. It's going to be 36 degrees tomorrow, so we want to make sure we can bag quite a few bags. We need at least 2 or 3 bags, so then we can debag and blend out all the wet grain that I've got. If that doesn't work, then I'll just dry it. But if we can avoid that drying cost of 18 bucks a tonne, I'll definitely try and do that. So with that, guys, I'm going to leave the video there. Obviously we've got this Unverferth for basically to the end of harvest, so it's only another 3 days, and we'll get a good run at it, and yeah, be able to give you guys a good review on it and show you how it works on this farm, how it could work on yours. So with that, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share, and I'll catch you in the next one.